Are we on the internet?
For now.
Good evening, and fuck it, let's start the show. We're back. Good evening. Please welcome my guests, Liam, Marisha, and Taliesin. Hello.
Boom. We're in
Hello.
We're doing
right
it.
here.
Man.
We're doing it.
Fuck
We
North
already
American
did it.
internet.
Sorry for the delay. I don't know, it's just some internet. It was
Blame
literally
Spectrum.
blame
I don't
Spectrum. Hashtag blame
Blame
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
I have them at home and they suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Denise when you need her? I know where she is. She stole my expensive rare manga collection and fled to a non-extradition treaty country. Regular Critical Role this week. Sam's one shot next week. After Dark tonight will be replaced with our Gen Con VIP Talks panel. One night only, Dread, is happening tonight at 9:30 on Alpha. A Q&A with the creators of Dread, moderated by Darren DePaul, including the cast. AXYB is going to be on tonight, same time on Twitch, 9 p.m. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy came out yesterday. Get it? I played 5 hours of it today, and it was amazing. Wednesday Club tomorrow. Taliesin, what are we talking about?
We're talking about science comics. We're talking about comic books that deal with STEM and deal with astronauts and people
cool.
learning things
Amazing.
and being cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's our announcements, guys.
Done and done.
Done and
Look at that.
done.
Boom!
Trillium.
How is everyone doing after the absolute greatness that was Jenkins?
Still coming down.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while to fully process what happened.
It was pretty crazy.
There was sort of a lot that we packed into that weekend.
Yeah.
So the third live show for you guys now. Any difference between they seem to keep getting ramped up?
Yeah. I mean, our first one was like 250 people, and it was more or less a test to just see if we could even
In a movie
pull
theater.
it off.
In the
Yeah.
movie theater.
I was there.
Yeah. Because it's a lot to pull off. These live shows are not easy.
Yes, mad props to our crew.
To our crew, man.
Everybody who came and flew out there to help us, and many people there who volunteered. It really, with maybe a couple little tiny bumps, stuff went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly so smooth compared to a lot of conventions, and especially when there's that many moving parts. So, guys, give a lot of love to our crew and Rachel and everybody at LDN for just killing it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Took 3 people to get Sam into the suit alone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
Yeah,
good.
a lot of Crisco.
gracious.
Yeah.
Yep. He jumped off of a 20-foot ladder down into it. Shloop.
The day before, Marisha and I were piecing together my outfit. Which the shirt I got from Ashley, the pants, the now sort of infamous pants. We were in New York like 2 weeks ago, and we were in the Adidas shop. I was getting socks or something, and I saw them. How could you not miss it? And Ash was like, "You have to get those."
They were on clearance, right?
They were on. Yeah.
Loved your outfit. If anyone has an issue with it, they can speak to me.
Oh, it was amazing. We were definitely like a bachelorette party in Vegas, though, picking out our outfits.
It was. And then Sam came into the back, and he said, "I have a pretty ridiculous outfit." And I said, "Did you see mine?" And he said, "Just wait." And then when he came back there and all of us were in the dressing
15
room,
minutes before showtime.
Oh, yeah.
50, we had the same reaction that all of you did at home probably, and everyone in that theater did when he walked out.
Well, then there was the box fitting because we really.
At first we started.
We started with a Chessex dice box.
Yes.
Didn't feel like it would read in the back row, so we upped the size.
Yeah, we had to play not only to the internet but the live theater audience.
When you're on stage, right, you have to project your voice so that the last
back
row can
row.
hear it. So we had to project his cubic wang
cube.
to the back row.
We had
Plus the Chessex box was
His-
giving a
his
mad
jump drawer.
moose knuckle.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
things were happening that were just
and he
Second
kept it
cruise.
in there
Thank
the
you for that.
entire show, which he didn't need to do because
No.
he was sitting down out of view. But maybe it was
really hard not to just tap it every now and then. Just give it a little tap.
Was it hollow? Do we know exactly
Yes.
the content?
I believe it was hollow.
It was hollow.
Okay.
Hollow Point.
He threw
I
it
know
into
that a
the
fan
audience.
a fan offered me $10,000 for that cube after the show, and I said
ridiculous.
I didn't. No, I know. I said it
You
should
could clone them
worth
from
at least.
the
my
material
gosh.
that was left on that at that
Yeah.
point. That's
Yeah.
Frame somebody for a crime with the genetic material inside that thing.
Exactly. Well, it was a wonderful. We have a few questions in here about it, so those are sprinkled in. But I just wanted to open with a little bit of that. It's too good. Okay, so some questions about the live experience and some about the content of episode 109. This one is for Liam and/or Taliesin, Bird Set Free 88. How hard was it keeping the art book a secret, given the number of people presumably involved in the project? Are there any particular pieces you love the most or excited for people to see, and how long exactly have you been planning it? Talk about the art book
A lot of
bit.
questions. Been planning it for a year.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, in serious, it went from like low speed to high speed about a year ago.
Yeah, I remember you guys. Lauren pointed out that our
Comic-Con.
reunion was Comic-Con, and that's right. We had the first official meeting with Lauren Ibsen, who is the layout and designer. At Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Wow.
So a full year.
it was a full year, and it's been. I mean, there's so many pieces. I wouldn't even.
It's hard to pick a favorite. I do have one just because of the nature of it, and it's one that nobody's ever seen before, made special. It's a group portrait, and it just came out really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Oh, I know
Really
which
nice.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very
These
beautiful.
guys busted their asses
Yes,
on
you
it, though,
did.
for realsies.
There's a few. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of hidden weird bits that I really like. There's little strange ephemera scattered all through there.
Question from Marisha to you guys.
Marisha _ Ray.
Marisha _ Ray.
Marisha
At-
_ Ray. Now
from at
verified.
Marisha.
Now
Yeah.
verified.
Yeah, recently.
So you know it's her.
Sounds like a bot so far. Go ahead.
Did you guys anticipate how difficult and how much work would go into this art book?
No. No. My wife could not believe how many times in the last 2 months I'd be like, okay, got one last meeting on the art book. I said that like 22 times.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I said that many times. Like, it's almost done. We just got to do this one last little
last
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's a beautiful baby.
I'm so excited. Is there a release date yet?
No.
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 Okay.
We'll get our throats slit if we say anything.
I know.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see that live on the internet. Give people something worth waiting for tonight, guys. Now, are you dressed up like that for talks or for one night
talks,
stand?
why?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah,
That answer was going to change nothing about how I feel about you.
You have to
but
live
it's
up
still
to Darren
important.
DePaul's standards,
Yeah.
man. When you're standing next to that guy, you
I'm
gotta
too
look
poor.
damn good. It's hard.
Yeah, no.
How do you
this is-
dress
this
like
is-
him?
He is a snazzy
He is a
motherfucker.
snazzy.
That guy has amassed a lifetime of beautiful
I've
fashion.
seen what he's wearing tonight. It's pretty stunning.
He looks amazing out there. I smell like him right now, so if I start getting emotional, that's why.
Tal, I'm getting serious Randall Flagg vibes off of you right now.
Ooh.
Serious Randall Flagg vibes.
That is some serious Randall Flagg.
This was a gift. I got this at Gen Con, actually. This is
I'm
This
not,
Gen Con.
I'm not looking in there. I know I'll lose my mind if I look at
Exactly.
that.
was a gift from the Vampire Hunter.
Okay, here we go. This is from @Nutterisk. How was it interacting with Sam while he was in that crazy getup? Did you know he was going to dress like that? We kind of answered that no.
You try looking at him.
Surprised us.
Sat down.
Yeah.
Just looked at like a bright yellow shirt.
Yeah, he looked like he just came back from a jog.
Yeah. Yeah. Luge.
I kept wanting to like put a little backbeat to it.
Eh.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. Liam, Cootie Patra wants to know: was there ever a chance of that love potion going to anyone besides one of Sam's characters? If so, who?
I mean, I knew that anything could go wrong. I really had no plan other than, I almost didn't use that thing ever. I didn't plan to. I didn't save it for the show. I just thought, like, the story's getting a little more serious. I don't know when I'm going to fit this in, and I just thought I was going to let it slip. And then when Grog was making Trammels the episode before, and I thought the Raven Queen one was going to go, I just blurted that out.
Yeah.
And then I even thought, you know
Sorry,
what?
they're moving a coffin over there, and I think the body is still in it, and that's why it's being so loud and making so much noise. But
You gotta hold the pillow down for like a full minute. But I also thought that I might just pour it out and say, I'm not gonna prank you, buddy.
Yeah.
War is over, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, there's
Where's
no
the
fun in that. Taliesin, we're going very fast because we have a hard out at 8 tonight because of this beautiful thing. So we're gonna kind of lightning round the whole show. Everyone in the Twitch chat laughs at that because every time I say lightning round, we're like, When Percy was 12, Chris Ferguson wants to know, how would Percy have reacted if Scanlan had seen Vex first?
I think he would have tried to be polite about it at first, and then enjoy. I would say that he definitely has a sophisticated sense of cruelty, and would have definitely taken it out on him in a creative fashion. But it wouldn't have been quite so much, what are you doing? It would have been, oh, that's really cute. Okay, now you're going to pay.
Yeah.
Really terribly.
At a later time and date.
But this is not over. I'm just going to say, this is not over.
Interesting.
Percy doesn't know there was a love potion.
Oh, yeah.
No. Percy's vain enough to completely believe that this is, he's just all that.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is not over. Shades of purple. Shades of purple. Marisha.
Yes.
At natural_9.
Oh, I think you're a natural 10. Come
Oh,
on,
how
natural
sweet.
9.
How sweet.
Don't be modest.
Round up.
As the only uninvolved observer, what's Keyleth's take on the love potion prank? Did she suspect foul play?
I think she kind of picked up on Vax's that. Vax's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows you well enough now. Sure. Keyleth can recognize that like something was going on, and at this point I think she's like, fucking shenanigans with these boys.
Yeah.
It's fine.
She knows that he's got a little bit of Johnny Knoxville.
Oh yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like I think like jovial Vax, like in his core, like lighthearted Vax is like the jackass prankster.
Which Vax?
So,
Lighthearted Vax?
Lighthearted Vax. Remember him?
Where's he
Episode
been?
7?
Episode 7. Yeah, remember we lost him in Craghammer, I think, and then.
No.
never saw him again.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, speaking of you have to keep the pillow down for a minute.
Jovial Vax died in that lava with his left foot.
Oh, this is an interesting question. This is from @CallistoLex. All, including Brian, in your heart of hearts, who were you hoping Scanlan fell in love with from the potion? Why? I thought if he finds a mirror, we're done. That was my thought, was because it's so Sam to be like, to fall in love with himself, or Scanlan.
Sam could easily milk that for just
He would
as long.
have milked it, and it
yeah.
would have been gold.
Keyleth or Grog, honestly, would have been. I mean, like I was like that got thrown at me, and I was like, oh no, I have to wake up now and like stop noticing that I'm in this ridiculous theater and actually do something. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Grog
But,
or backfiring on Vax could be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Getting poetic justice for Vax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sam Riegel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's nothing we haven't done off camera. Why not bring it to the show?
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I think they asked if, it had to go to one of Sam's characters. We're gonna give away some free shit really fast.
Oh my God, free shit.
Oh my God, let's do GIF of the week.
Trisha.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
You look like a robot.
Oh my God.
Which one is? Oh, it's the cards. Our winner for episode 109 was sent in by Earl Kelly.
That's good, man.
You're welcome. Let's take a look. This gift will live for 1,000 years. This will live on the internet for 1,000 years. Every person who plays D&D will eventually at some point have to use this.
So
gift.
I don't know when this happened. What was he tearing up? Because I kind of missed this. Because
I don't think it was real. I think it was like a daily show. I'm writing notes on my pad
No, it
kind of
was
thing.
when it was when.
I know it was a moment, but I don't think there was anything on that
yeah, I don't
paper.
think there was anything on there. I don't think I think that
it
was
was for
just like
funsies.
some
tough to
some
sell
notes
for
he had.
some days.
Thank you to everyone who's submitting. Congratulations to you, Earl. You have won the shiny new Critical Role tarot card. Available now in the store. Moving on. This question is for everybody from @SimonoK. What were you thinking during Scanlan's song to Vax? Liam, how did it feel to have the theater chanting Vaxildan?
I mean, the whole night was unbelievable. It was that the whole night was like a scene from 300 or
Yeah.
maybe last weekend's Game of Thrones. Like that was a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's something I haven't said before. It's totally mind-breaking that our story matters as much to other people besides us.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was overwhelming in a good way.
It was fun to be out in the audience with everybody. I sat out there, and man, it was so fun.
I was thinking you referenced the box in your pants that you figured out you were going to put in
Yes.
there 10 fucking minutes
Yes.
ago.
Yeah. I'm
What
sure-
are you?
I'm sure some of that, I'm not sure at all.
No.
I believe some of that was ready before the show, but I know that he altered
I
on the
asked him and
fly.
he said no, and he usually will tell me like, "Oh, I had this thing kind of figured out, but then the rest of it flushed out in the moment when you have the."
Down.
It was written down.
But he
Oh, it
could
was
have been
written down.
scribbling it during the show.
Oh, maybe
He's
he
just
was. Maybe he
fast.
was just. He's so fast.
I think
He was
he
just
had it
like
written down,
on the
and it looks
fly.
like he was like mad-libbing some of it.
It's hard to like. I was
damn.
looking at it and like,
know.
what? What are you?
Either that or he writes it like in the middle of the show before he does
Was
it.
it handwritten or I thought it was printed?
It was on a printed page, but I think there was handwriting writing like
Writing
like
in it.
in it.
Did I write it?
You did.
you-
You were great.
Did I invoice
Are
him?
you
Am
Sam
I
Riegel?
Sam?
Have you written an invoice?
No.
No. Well,
I don't know
you should
how.
really get on that. That's.
I've never written one for anything. I don't have any money either.
I
Is
was
that
gonna say,
weird?
it's like, oh, you have to be taking you out.
Taliesin, this is from CD88. We saw the jealous side of Vex come out when Scanlan started wooing her husband. How far do you think she'd have gone had Scanlan continued to pursue Percy much longer?
I think she would have. God, I've got a friend who says it so well. I think she would have cut a bitch. I think it would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, Scanlan, darling, I love you, but I will
Yeah.
cut you.
I will cut you.
Which were like one of her best lines of
Oh
the
yeah.
night.
No, it was. Yeah. I think she would have. I think she would have taken a digit or two.
Man,
Yeah.
there's this new Kesha song on the new album that reminds me of that.
Which song?
I'm trying to remember, but it goes along the lines of like, I love you, but if you cheat on me, I will fucking kill you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
trying to remember the name
know.
of
I'll
that
have
song.
to tweet it out.
Yeah.
Great lyrics,
Cool
though.
story, bro.
Great lyrics. Marisha, this is from Randy the Row. Keyleth said they're headed towards death. Does she believe this deep down and accept it, or is there hope? Fucking doomsday.
Man, I don't know. I imagine it's like any kind of soldier going into battle. There's certain moments where you probably step back, and I'm not trying to speak for soldiers, not been in war, but that I imagine you kind of hit, and you're like, we could die tonight.
Yeah.
And I think there is that certain kind of point that you have to kind of do realize that, like, maybe not. I think she is hopeful. She's always hopeful. Keyleth will always be hopeful, but I think as more time goes on, she's like, we could die tonight.
Yeah.
Like she gets, we understand what we're getting into.
Shit got crazy.
Yeah, we know what we're walking towards.
It's all happening a lot faster than I thought it was going
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
But like Keyleth feels responsibility. Like she knows we're one of the more capable and able-bodied people on this planet. Like if we at a certain, with great power comes great responsibility and all that shit that Stan Lee said.
Yep. Here's a very interesting angle. This question. This is from @Austin7. Were you worried Scanlan would be seriously angry that you guys drugged him and would leave you again?
A little.
Yeah.
I got a little concerned, but only I think because of the way he reacted when we like tied him up and covered him in mayonnaise with Kaylee.
I think he would have been fine if he wasn't already like on the edge of
17.
17.
We're gonna give away some more free shit really fast.
God, man, we are just plowing through these.
We
questions.
have to, man. We only have 20 more minutes. In addition to Gift of the Week, we also feature fan art. Roll that fan art of the week intro while I grab these beautiful, or just show the fan art. This was sent in by Christian Hadfield, aka @BuckMoonArt. That is pretty crazy. Isn't that gorgeous?
cow.
Yeah, that came in, I think today.
I think.
Today, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, here's the
I'm
deal with
worried.
here's the deal with the fan art, guys. We are starting up a brand new. You can stop that, Danny. We are starting up a brand new Wormwood round of gifts, and it's going to start with this beautiful Black Poisonwood Hero Vault, which is going to go to Christian from our friends at Wormwood. You can put your hero in there. You can put your dice in there if you want. Every week, the prizes are going to ramp up. So submit your fan art. Tell your friends. If you see fan art on Twitter, Tumblr, whatever, tell them to submit it because we got a whole brand new batch of Wormwood stuff, and it's going to ramp up every week for the next 8 weeks, ending with one of the giant giveaways that we do with the big whole sets of everything. So also, we have an honorable mention tonight that was sent in by Vincent Paris, aka @Vinsanity_games. Let's take a look. Yes.
Oh.
And for that one, he's going to be getting this beautiful purple heart. That's what they call it. Dice Vault from
Purple
Wormwood.
Heart's one of the best.
It's so cool looking.
Heart. So
it's
pretty.
really beautiful. So thanks for sending that in. Don't forget to send those to submit@toxmachina.com, which is the email address we use until I can finally get toxmachina@gmail.sword, which is the one that I really want. Okay. Liam, this is from Selididin. Was the prank outcome better than you had hoped? Is that the best prank you possibly could have pulled, or do you have even greater pranks up your sleeves?
I don't have that. No, I just trust in Sam Riegel. Like I remember being in the first stage show that I ever did off Broadway in New York. There was an older actor named Larry Brigman, and he was on stage during a tech rehearsal. And I just remember him just like wasting time and kind of being playful. He went, "That's how we used to do it in the old day. You set him up, knock him down." And so I just knew I had to like hold the football for Riegel and let him kick it.
That's kind of the improv. That's kind of the thing with improv, you know,
Yeah.
is half the time it's you have to come up with stuff. Half the time it's knowing when to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Being the,
Sports analogy for you, Travis.
being the setup guy, I think, is a harder and more commendable job sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I do take all the credit for the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Oh, that's fine. We'll let you have it. Tumblr loves that.
Cool. Blessed with my compliment, Liam.
This one.
Say nice things.
Yeah.
No, that.
Thanks.
You're a dick.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Way to suck the life out of it. Taliesin, this is from @SameySick. You said Percy is still upset with Scanlan.
Yeah.
What were his thoughts on the whole prank bit given the circumstances? We kind of talked about that a little bit.
I will say he was upset with Scanlan after everything that's happened. I will say that Percy's kind of just sort of absorbed the bigger picture at this point and has decided not to even think about his petty personal squabbles with people and has just sort of decided to let Scanlan do what he's going to do and just sort of accept that he is who he is and he's. Yeah, getting snubbed again. Getting snubbed by a second god really will put things into perspective. Yeah, just not sweating the small stuff. He thinks maybe it explains a few things. Definitely was like, oh, maybe he's just been obsessed with me and he's finally like decided to let it out.
Oh my god, that's such like a Percy deduction.
It's so fucking
That
Percy.
is a
It's like-
Percy deduction.
That explains why he's constantly taking my shit and being weird about everything, and like
Yeah.
he's been like weird since I started, you know.
Oh my god,
See that?
that's fascinating.
He
But
is
from like a
so-
self-centered person.
From a completely self-centered person.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
In a weird fucked up way.
It makes perfect sense.
I mean, what would you expect from
my
a teenage
God.
asshole?
From a teenage asshole.
Yeah.
Did you get your hair done today?
I'm not a bleached teenage asshole, but thank you for asking. Yes, I did get my hair done today.
You did?
You're
It looks
welcome.
amazing, dude.
Thank you. I just put some new purple in it.
Did you do it? And then do you shave the sides yourself?
No, Stevie did it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I even took a razor. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't get mad at questions about your hair because there's so many, usually, questions about Talison's
It was
hair.
nobly. It was just more color.
Yeah.
It's sort of a trend too. I've seen a
I
few
know, I love
people
it.
like
We're
going
gonna
for
do
some
your
purple.
hair before.
I do. I need
the-
to.
for the
I
weekend.
need purple again. I need
Yeah.
color.
Need
I
more.
need to be an interesting person.
We can put some.
Oh, you're
color
an
in here
interesting
before-
person,
before
Marisha.
Thursday.
Is that what you're supposed to say? Guys, this next one is for Brian from Miss G. Oh, this is from Aki. How did it feel to be made MC for the live event? How stoked are you for the one shot that you're in 2 weeks? Oh boy, I was telling them about it earlier. Yeah, so if you didn't hear, I'm going to be on not Critical Role, but not this week, next week, the 31st, when Sam Riegel is doing a one shot with Liam.
I don't know if
We're not going to say who else. We're going to wait.
Really cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
I'm jealous.
there is going to be a Tox Machina next week, even though everyone's going to be at Burning Man pretty much, except for a couple people. It's just not going to be a traditional Tox Machina. So tune in next week, regular time, regular channel.
Burning talks.
So stoked for the one shot. It's going to be very fun. I'm doing something really totally out of the
It's
blue.
so cool.
Made MC for the live show. That was the best. I mean, there was a lot going on. I had to kind of stall a little bit because the merch line was moving slower and we had to get we wanted everybody to come in really before we started. But I don't think any of us were prepared for that wall of not just sound, but of every single person in that room was glowing and smiling and cheering, and everybody's like, how much coke did you do before you went out there? I'm like, have you ever been in a room with 2,500 critters screaming, just like
It was
so happy and all
deafening.
just like, and
It's like fuck cocaine. That is like a way better high.
yeah, way better. It lasts a lot longer.
It
It
wasn't
lasts a
just- It's
lot
not
longer.
just a loud thing. Like you could feel
No,
the
you
energy
can
in the
feel
room.
that.
Was
Yeah,
bananas.
It was, and we were kind of peeking out beforehand, and people were singing All Star in the theater
I am
before
so
we came
pleased
out.
about that.
Everyone was hanging out, and taking pictures together. It was just a room of best friends hanging out and with us, and it was, oh my God, I'm still kind of high on that whole thing.
My favorite is everyone who has been there. Like Chris Lockey, our social media
Yeah.
dude, was like, I've been to like Metallica concerts. And Sean Becker, or had a video, was like, I've been to wrestling matches in Vegas. And he's like, it's still barely touches that.
No.
It's crazy.
The story is the guy who owns or runs the place said that like he's had rock stars come in there and musicals, and like nothing has come through like that. That has
Yeah,
exploded the
Gary,
roof
our
off.
security guy,
Yeah.
when I came back after introducing you guys, and then Matt started the show and I left, I came back and he was waiting for me on the side of the stage, and he was like, I rushed out 10 seconds after I went on stage. He rushed out because he thought something happened, and I was like, bro, look at this outfit. That's why people were screaming. They were trying to get out of the building.
Your shirt said die, and they took it literally.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Marisha, this is from @BadWolf Inc. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
It's Inc with a K. On a scale of gods, not scared, to goldfish, scared, how terrified was Keyleth to possibly plummet to her death again? I thought that was great.
Oh, you learn a lot of lessons the first time you plummet to your death on
Yeah.
how not to plummet to your death. Like maybe turning into a fucking air elemental or something like that
Right.
that can fucking fly.
Yeah.
So she's cool.
Yeah.
She's fine.
She's fine with it. Listen, everyone.
She's good with heights these days.
It's not how we're going.
I hope, I was just gonna say, I don't think after all this, I hope
we can
that
get
that would
dumber.
not be the end.
Yeah.
We're basically gods. Everyone, this is from Gloomalon. What are you more worried about, stopping the Titan before it reaches Vasselheim or battling Vecna afterward?
I think that we may be battling Vecna on top of the
That's
Titan.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I feel like
Maybe
they're both
one
having
and
a
the
war.
same.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
the whole kit and caboodle.
I think Vecna's probably the nuclear rod powering that
Yeah,
thing.
I think once
I don't
you
think we're gonna take down the Titan.
You think Vecna is Jaegering that thing
Yeah,
from
if
within?
Vecna's taken out, that thing's not gonna is gonna go down.
It's gonna
Probably.
drop like a rock.
Is there time to, like Pacific Rim, build one of equal size?
Oh
and-
my God. We get
Voltron.
Ash.
I was gonna say
We
Voltron.
Voltron with all of our gods. Can we Voltron with all of our gods?
Someone
Is this
Google
something
it.
we can do?
I will
Oh my
check the
God.
player's handbook.
Yeah, I bet it's in there. We could ask Matt when he gets here.
Kind of into this.
I am kind of into this.
Bull Wizard showed up
Bull Wizard.
with a question for Marisha and Liam. What were you expecting when after the Titan hit, Matt said, I don't have the dice for this?
Oh, we're going unconscious.
Yeah.
Or I'm going unconscious.
have
don't have a lot of hit
has he
points.
said that before? Has
No.
that ever happened
No,
where
but we
he's,
were-
yeah, Danny? Yeah?
I don't remember it.
Maybe with lava?
What a terrifying thing to hear your DM
terrible-
say.
When I
Yeah.
fell as a goldfish.
I mean, we.
That's right, when I
Between the
found
two of
goldfish.
us, I knew that we had flying methods, but whether or not I was going to go under, I don't know. You
Yeah.
at least you were a birdie,
I was a bird,
so
so
you
that
could go
helped
bird
a
then
little.
druid. You know.
I was a bird, and then we had the 18 additional hit points from my inspiring leader feat.
Mm-hmm.
So I was okay. But yeah, you went down pretty far.
Low, yeah.
Low, yeah. How low did you end up getting?
I can't remember exactly, but I think I went down to like 30s momentarily and then rose back up.
How crazy was this? I sat next to Andrew from Crit Roll Stats during the show, who was live doing their thing with just his phone. And I'm like, how do you remember all this stuff? And then at one point, some math happened, and I said, do you want me to get my, I leaned over and said, do you want me to get my calculator out of my phone? And he was like, shh. He pointed at his head. He's like, I'm a fucking genius, dude. Be quiet. Don't bother me. And then he just went back to, and he was doing it all in his head. It was so amazing.
He scares me sometimes because he's the reason why I'm afraid that we might do math wrong or get stats wrong. He's gonna
know.
prove us wrong. He'll know.
He'll know.
Yeah.
But he's so sweet about it, though.
When you're sleeping.
Okay, Taliesin.
Yes.
Dan the llama is here.
Oh no.
He had a tough previous life. That joke takes a second. How annoyed is Percy that Delilah needs to be killed another time?
Oh, he's delighted.
Or is he looking forward to killing her again
God,
with the other half
she's
of
the gift that keeps on giving. He's getting so much anger and energy out on this process.
Yeah.
Practice.
Practice. If he could lock her in his cell and just go down and kill her every week or so, he would be.
What does he learn every time?
Jeez Louise, that's dark.
I know. Well, he's got some anger issues.
Yeah.
He's a sweet muffin.
He's a sweet muffin.
He's a sweet muffin.
No, he's definitely, it's helped him calm down a bit, but he's definitely, he knows that there will be a final time.
Yeah.
So. But
Yeah.
no, he'll keep killing her until she stops coming back. He is,
Yep.
he is just mildly irritated that he didn't get to question her head. That was really,
I love that sentence.
yeah. We had that head in the bag. I really had plans for that head in the bag, and
Is your head gone?
It's
Did it
no,
disappear?
there was no soul.
My head in the bag.
It was an
Empty head.
empty head.
Oh,
I love it. You're shaking it like there's nothing demonstrating.
This little kid balloon.
Marisha, at A Deformed wants to know, how does it feel to be full power, having all your spells for the beginning of a fight for once?
You burned one.
Oh. Did you? Which one?
Getting there. No, well.
Transpo.
Yeah, plane shift. Because we haven't stopped.
I don't pay attention to that spell shit.
I'm just saying, have we rested since we got back from under a volcano? I don't think we have.
No, we have not.
No, I don't think so.
And I mean, this was kind of part of the debate. It was
It's okay.
me scaling down a spell or me down a spell. And I think it's better for Keyleth to be down a spell when it comes to Scanlan's higher level spell slots.
How many
He's
do you
got
have
some Hail
now?
Marys. How many do I have? 4 first level, 4 second level, 3 third, 3 fourth, 3 fifth, 2 sixth, 1 seventh, 1 eighth, 1 ninth.
Fucking hell, dude. I'm only at level 4 still, so I have like 3 or
Fireball.
something. I have Blade Ward. Hey. The next one is Dr. Goofball for Brian. How intense was that crowd? Your turns meter seemed to be at maximum. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. I mean, the panel amped us up so much before the live show, I felt like, because we did the panel like 2 hours before we did the live show, and that crowd was so rowdy that we were already ready to go after that panel. And then by the time we got to the live show and that thing happened, yeah, everybody was. I met so many amazing people this weekend too. Thanks to everybody who waited so long in all the lines, especially for the autograph signing and all the people on standby and everybody we didn't get to. I mean, thank you guys for waiting. I met so many vets this weekend too. Thank you guys for coming up and saying hi. That was incredible. Man, I'm gonna be, like Talis and I were talking about on the plane, I mean, we're just gonna be thinking about this for a long time. Okay, we only have 2 more and then we're gonna be out of time. Miss Sunflower 94 for everyone, including Brian. Favorite Gen Con 50 moment. So.
Oh wow.
Shite.
I don't even that's a tough. I mean, like, it's weird because like we went to the Logic show, which was really fucking silly.
Outside of the live show and being able to watch, I would say watching
the live show?
watching the live show in the audience was my favorite part of the weekend.
Yeah.
Was watching it with all the critters. But I would say next was I got to take all of you guys to see the Logic show, and that was a treat. That was a real treat.
And like I said in our text thread, you got to experience two very large screaming crowds 2 nights in a row.
I got pulled up on stage.
watching you play Mario
I got
Kart
pulled
was
up on
pretty
stage to play Mario Kart with Bobby. I went up to take a picture just because I like to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I went up to the very front of the stage to take a picture, and he bent down and took out his earpiece, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to come up and lose at Mario Kart?" Because every night on this tour, he plays a round of Mario Kart against somebody. Usually it's another rapper or somebody in the crew or whatever. And I was like, no. He's like, get up here. So I walked around and I came out there. And I just thought, oh, my friends are out there going to watch me lose so bad.
So badly.
And I got seventh. I came in seventh. He came in first. I came in seventh. Everybody
Yeah, you
else
got
was
fucking
bots.
smoked, dude.
I got smoked. I got. I ran into a banana that really messed me up.
Yeah, you did. You got hit with a lightning bolt. Man,
I got hit with a lightning bolt. Lost my mojo.
I found Hannah Banana on YouTube also.
You did?
I found the Hannah Banana. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, phenomenal moment outside of Gen Con was Bobby pulling Hannah Banana up
Yes.
on stage to rap.
Yeah.
She was
The girl.
amazing. That was such a
incredible.
She was 15.
yeah.
Yeah.
And was as fast as Bobby was on those lyrics, and just like you could see how emotional she was to
They
be doing it.
they
I
have
found
a
it
video
later.
of that, so I'll tweet that out
Yeah.
too. You guys
It
can
was
look for it.
so
That was
awesome.
incredible. Yeah.
That was really great.
Yeah, my favorite I think was the guy after you got pulled up on stage, and there was a guy behind us.
In the
who, like,
audience?
blew his fucking mind. He thought you were a fucking genie. He was like, wait, that was the dude that was right here.
Oh,
he
yeah?
was right here. Now he's on stage.
The guy behind me,
man.
the guy that was standing behind me. Oh yeah.
Like when you
He
came
lost.
back, he was like, what?
Oh man,
It was
that's
so cute.
He was
hilarious.
rooting for you though, because it was like an entire stadium of people shouting for Bobby, and then like
Yeah.
8 of us shouting for you and the guy behind us.
And I love how
great.
while I'm trying to do it, Bobby's like, everyone boo this man.
Yeah.
Everyone boo this man. I'm like,
They know.
They know. They already know to do that. You don't have to tell
Look at him,
them.
and they could tell they were supposed to boo him.
Other highlights, seeing Travis's face when we walked out onto that football stadium
yeah.
field was my Christmas present
That
this
was
year.
amazing.
That was beautiful. We didn't get to throw the football around because there was literally so much awesome stuff packed onto the field, all the Gen Con stuff. But being in there was so cool, and
I walked around with Satine too and photobombed a bunch of critters because I
You
was
did?
in my disguise kit and they were like, Satine, can I get a photo? And like she'd do the selfie and then I just
He would
pop
take
off
off the disguise
go,
and then-
it
yeah.
would just get these photos of them going.
yes.
Amazing.
He so showed me some, and they were so good.
They were great.
Okay, last question of the night is from David Fox, and this I thought how we could end this night. The show's over. There's a standing ovation. What's going on in your heads at that second? Friday night.
Pure distilled emotional ecstasy.
And just humbled by it all for this thing that we did in your old living room around 2 card tables pushed together.
Yeah.
Just humbled by it all. Overwhelming.
Big time.
Yeah, there's nothing, I can't think of anything to describe it properly. I will never, you can't forget how that feels though. It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get over it.
No.
That's one of the questions that I think we get asked at almost every panel. Is like, do you guys get used to it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
My first thought was we were looking out there and there's everyone just standing ovation, you know, like you said in the question, and I was standing next to Matt and it was just this wall of love coming at us. My first thought was Sam's definitely going to ask me to help him get out of that suit. No, five seconds before I walked out on stage to come out and go over the rules, and people were tweeting me asking why I was on my phone. I was like, I'm reading the announcements, you dummy. I was just like on my phone. I'm like texting my mom, seeing how she's doing while I'm like, you know.
In the middle of this moment.
Yeah, but right before I walked out, Matt and you guys were sort of waiting in the wings, and I went to went to give Matt a hug, which was a mistake because I walked over. I see you, Danny. I walked over and I gave him a hug, and then I was like, I just started crying. I was like, this is amazing because we could hear all the people, and then they're like, you got to go out, and I'm like, hold on, I'm hugging Matt right now. And then at the end there, I looked at him, and he just had tears in his eyes, and we were all just like standing there looking right. And I thought the same thing. I thought gratitude. I was like, this is there's nothing like this in the world. There's no other community that I can think of, at least, that.
Story means so much. Our own story means so much to us, and like the relationships the characters have and all the things they've done, and they feel like real memories. And to meet people like we did at this convention who it matters that much to people out there, like it's mind-blowing that like that on both sides of this game that it's matters so much.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's touching.
I have with me every kind word and story that people told me and gifts and everything this weekend. So thank you guys so much. We unfortunately have to go get you guys ready for your little shindig. Make sure to send in questions via Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag AskTalksMachina. Also, don't forget to send in your gifts and fan art for our weekly contests. Stick around, Alpha, for a special airing of our VIP Q&A from this past week's Critical Role Live. Hang around after that for the amazing One Night Live at 9:30 with the cast of Dread. I would like to hashtag thank my guests, courtesy this week of our friend at Jordan Michael WH. Flea and All Dying, Goldfisha Spray, Goldfisha Spray.
Yeah, there.
Oh my God. Trammel Spin Crafty. How good is that?
Solid.
And I'm your host. That Gen Con outfit was Bananas Foster. That's pretty funny. We'll see you next time. Until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Stay turned, my friends.
You guys were backstage in the hallway of the dressing room. I had Matt distracted.
Yeah.
And we were listening to some rap music. And you guys were all in a tiny hallway plotting and trying to figure out and exchanging spell cards and looking over stuff. And
Maybe.
How's everybody feeling? We're a couple hours from...
Not great. Not good. Not good, man. I'm fucking stoked!
Yeah, we just had like a 20-minute like powwow strategy sesh.
Yeah.
And
Strat sesh.
we had some really good ideas that were quickly negated by the rules.
Yep.
All shot. Man, we were.
So wait, we had that whole thing, and then like this, like 2 minutes back here,
Legit,
Matt
we
went
spent
and said
20
no.
minutes, built a plan, and
We
then
had
Matt was
a
like, doesn't
breakthrough.
work against gods.
We had a breakthrough.
We asked Matt one question. And
It
he was
says
just
in
like,
the text, anti-magic field does not work against spells and effects from deities.
Yeah.
Shit.
They were all right outside the dressing room in the hallway, and Matt was in the dressing room, and I saw him walk over towards the door, and I think he just caught like a little bit of what they were talking about. He walked back in with this big ass grin. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
We thought we were so clever.
So much for our eureka moment.
Well, we're gonna see. Look at that!
Release the trinket!
We saw some trinket cosplay as we were driving over here from the panel. Oh, there you go! Hey! Yes! Awesome!
We saw you!
Hey, that's cool.
You guys saw Gilmore is over there, right?
Yeah, we can see
Party Gilmore? Oh yeah, I see your louvers!
Oh, and so is Matt Mercer.
Yeah, and Marisha.
Party Gilmore,
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiny Marisha.
Tiny Marisha!
Oh, we got some
Yes.
cosplay. Wait, I can't see.
Courtney.
Suntree! Suntree!
Suntree!
It's crazy.
Yes.
Do we have the pins? Do we have the pins? For people to ask questions? I'm an idiot. I should have told you this.
They got their little
Who
pack
cares?
of
They
stuff.
got
So-
it.
They got a VIP bag, right?
They got it in the bag.
They got a
You're
got
welcome.
swag.
No, do you guys like the stuff? The dice set, the red on fire. All right, cool. Oh, that stuff is so cool.
Under one of your seats is the keys to a brand new. No.
Under most of your seats is a lot of gum.
Yes.
One special part.
You said gum?
History.
Gum.
Okay, you said gum.
Gum of
Yeah,
history.
no, definitely gum.
Let's begin. Who has a
100-year-old theater.
question? Let's start with.
Old fashioned.
I know.
Let's go in the very back row there, or close to the back row there. Yeah, that's you. Please tell us your name too.
Pardon me.
Bad. It's all right. It was all right.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming to the Midwest.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
My name is Karen Mills, and my wife and I run a lot of Dungeons and Dragons games with young people. We do a lot of theater with young people. We run a theater group that does 12 to 20-year-olds in the summertime. And We have had a lot of success with sort of generations now of high school students, but we never hold on to the girls. We have girls show up for a few sessions, and then they sort of just wander off. Any suggestions for pulling more teenage girls into the game? For two women to pull more
Have
teenage
Sam
girls
Riegel
into the game.
DM it.
What do you guys like about it? What do you like? What got you hooked?
Role playing.
Yeah, you can be anything. You can be anything and do anything.
Acting stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, I think it's like such a deep and layered problem with just things being perceived as these things are for girls and these things are for boys. And I think it's like changing a lot, but I think it's getting better.
The guys
Getting better.
haven't made that easy either.
Yeah.
So,
And then the guys.
yeah, Gordo, is it possible to get my mic and the audience question mic in these wedges?
Yeah, it's a little-
Just, thanks, buddy. Love you.
What if you did like a thing for just like all girls to start and then brought in some boys?
Yeah,
I don't
Liam, you
know.
run an all-girls game for your ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just something that is definitely changing, and we've seen numbers that reflect as much just with you guys for how many men and women we have in the audience, and it is changing. But it's something that we
have not even started the show, guys.
I didn't touch it. I didn't do anything.
I don't know. I mean, I've got 5 little girls that I'm running a Strahd campaign, watered down for, and they're hooked. They love it because my daughter's old man is not treating it like it's a thing for boys. All they know is what they know, is that they're having a really good time. So I mean, I think get them when they're as young as possible.
But I mean,
for D&D.
Yeah.
For D&D. Also, if they're on the older side, like if they're 16, what is going on?
Travis is being distracting.
If you do it fast enough, you can see yourself looking on stage. You think I'm lying, but check that shit out. See, I told you.
Yeah!
Oh! Sorry, serious answer.
No, I gave half the serious answer. The other is like if you've got older kids, if they're 16 or 17 and you don't mind them hearing the word fuck or taint. I mean, I know our show is kind of blue, but we have 3 amazing women on this show, and I know that a lot of games, I asked at the panel before this, a lot of games have started because people watched our game, and it's not like the ultimate guide on how to play D&D, but the game makes sense if you see people do it. So have your gals watch Marisha and Laura and Ashley be amazing. That'll go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 really good examples on our show, too.
Also, maybe you can put like sparkly vampires or something in the game. I don't know. No? I don't know what teenagers like. Shut up.
There are though some like great, I don't know, once again, maybe just not try D&D. Like for example, maybe like if like shameless plug, but check out the latest Sagas of Sundry Dread. Maybe they want to try like role-playing something that's a little simpler, that the bar to entry is lower. There's not like a character sheet in front of them, and the only challenge thing is a Jenga pull. So it can be a and they're role-playing as teenagers, just everyday normal teenagers. So maybe something that's like a little bit more simple bar to entry might be a good way to go about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question to start us
Just
off.
keep at it. I just say keep at it, and it'll all turn.
You don't have to talk into it.
Woo. Are we supposed
Okay.
to pick?
She's already started telling
Foster,
people
this
what
is
to
your
do.
job.
Next question.
Okay, next question is going to be you with the wristband right here. All right, are you guys all have wristbands on? I don't know. Yeah, it's you. Stand up. Yeah, stand up. The one
He's got
right
double
there.
wristbands.
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Is that me? Do
Oh
I
yeah,
ask the
Suntree
question?
again. Sorry, I didn't know it was Suntree. I wouldn't have chosen you because you already got a question at the panel, but I'll allow
Well,
it.
this isn't really a question.
Okay.
It's more of a thank you to Taliesin for your twisted sense of humor.
Thank you.
It brings me so much joy in life. And you and Satine, your gothness, have helped me bring out my gothness.
Oh.
And it's just brought me so much joy in life. And all of you have brought me closer to my friend group. This is Trish the Dish right here.
Trish the Dish!
Trish the Dish! Yeah.
So awesome.
That's
I
cool.
love it.
We started playing back in February, and she just started playing and just started DMing a couple months ago, back in January. And we've all become much closer friends since watching Critical Role, and I had just had a quick gift for you. We're from Michigan, and our local gaming store has enamel dice. So I got D6 for all of you. Can I bring it up and give it to you?
Sure.
Hand it
We
to
can't
one of
take it
these
right
guys.
now. We can't take it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hand it up to.
You give those to those?
Like Iron Man, Travis has a thing.
Oh,
with people
and we
handing
also
us
have a
things.
gift for Laura. Our friend made a little mimic for you. Which you can use as dice jail for the worst dice possible. I really hope you like
That's
it.
awesome.
Her art card. Her art card is in there if you would like anything else by her. So.
Thank you so much. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Okay, who's
Thank
next?
you.
Oh, green light. Green light. You're easy.
Finger of death.
Right here. Oh, dude. Look who it is. Uh-oh.
Santa?
Why'd you bring that green light? Santa.
Hello.
What's your name, please?
My name is Erica.
Hey, Eric.
Hi.
And I'm Vecna today, thank you. My question is, on Tuesday on Talks Machina, you mentioned it would be fun to see Lady Briarwood and Allura face off in a battle. So
Yeah.
my question is, which two NPCs of Exandria would you most like to put in a cage match?
I mean, same answer to start.
Oh, but cage match.
Kevdak
Thema for something.
and-
What is this, like
yeah,
slow
Kevdak.
pan?
And Groon. Kevdak and Groon would be dope.
That's Trish
Oh, man.
the Dish and Kima.
Now we're just me at home playing with my action figures.
Yeah.
And I am okay with this.
Matt's playing with himself.
Sealdor and Sherry! Sealdor and Sherry!
No, like the last time we were over at your house, you had gotten a package from like a Dwarven Forge, and you were just sitting making it work. It was really great. It
Look,
was just like you looked like a 12-year-old. It was adorable.
And I hope to never lose that aspect.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
We were pleased. It was
Hey, Rachel, let's do this to save time. We didn't want to have you guys line up and spend this whole hour like standing up. So why don't we do this? Just hang on to the mic after you ask a question. I'll just pick on someone near you and we'll just zigzag through. Is that okay? All right, so let's start over here then since Rachel's here. Over here has a question. Okay, right there. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yep, you got it. Oops, sorry. There you go. What's your name?
Try not to faceplant over here.
Hey.
Hello. So my name is Olivia, and
Hi,
I was
Olivia.
just wondering, for those who were involved with Dread and Marisha a little bit more specifically, how it felt to put on something like that and how different it feels like compared to, like, say, production for Critical Role versus production for Dread, and how that felt to kind of be jumping in on such a big project.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah,
question.
totally. Critical Role is ongoing and every week. So the awesome part of that is that we're kind of building this story together over time, and a live production element is totally different than tape one. So the cool thing about the Dread, what I like about production is seeing all the pieces come together and then arriving on the day and then seeing the final product and being like, holy shit, 200 people just got together to make this like painting is kind of what it feels like. And like these guys killed it. The environment was great. I felt like you guys could just kind of like lose yourself in that.
Yeah.
The story, like the puzzles and stuff were fun. So it was something that the whole building and everyone a part of it was like super proud of.
It felt weirdly magical as it happened. Like both
Yeah.
me and Talis kept looking at each other going, this is
what is this?
This is different
What's happening?
and new and kind of addicting. Like even just
The
being
crew
in it.
was raving too. The crew
it was
said it was like nothing they had really worked on.
No, well, no one has
before.
seen anything
and
like
they
that
find them
before.
intolerable. So I found.
Yeah. Well, everyone can probably vouch. Everyone's an artist on this stage. You're your own worst critic of yourself, and like most shit you're a part of, you're like, it was fine. It was okay. I'm glad Faye liked it.
Yeah, could have been better.
Could have been better, but
Could've been better.
it's not often. I feel like once every few years you have a project that you're like, I'm proud of that.
I walked out of that in a daze. I couldn't believe what had just happened at the end of Dread.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
There will be more to come. But stay posted.
Are you fixing your hit points?
Stay tuned.
What?
You getting your hit points squared away?
$1 million.
Exactly. Okay.
There's
right.
a slight.
Right here. Right
I
Yeah.
actually don't know my
there you go. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
So I have the honor of sitting here with most of my team. I am the GM. And we have been together. These two have been together with me longer than my husband.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, one of our good friends, known to you as Lon Solo, is not able to join us for medical reasons.
Oh,
But one of our things that we love about being 15 years together is all of the one-liners and inside jokes that happen. So my question to whoever wants to answer is, what is your favorite one-liner that has come out of Vox Machina?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, it's great.
It's pretty solid.
Every Burt Reynolds joke ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your secret is safe with my indifference.
That's one of my favorites.
It was so hard because when we were coming up with the pencil things that we were writing on each of the pencils, like Percy had so many good ones.
Yeah, it was just all Percy
And I was
lines.
Like, fuck, I don't know which one to use.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Apparently here tonight.
Larkin pencil. Right there. Next time.
Oh man, that's a good one. Okay.
Oh.
Hey, how about you, sir, with the cool beard thing?
Yeah.
It's so hard to see. I wish I could see your face better.
Hello.
Is it a goatee?
Hi.
It's a goatee today.
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow it's a beard.
Goatee in the
That'd be
streets.
impressive.
I'm just gonna flex real hard and throw it
Goatee
all
in
out
the
right
streets, goatee in the sheets. What's your question, man? What's
My
your
name's
name?
Marshall. My question is, have you guys talked at all about the enormity of having a small, intimate gathering of role-playing erupt to the headliner of the world's biggest gaming convention?
Oh.
We don't know
How does it
what
feel? Is
happened.
that the question?
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about it at all?
Oh, have we
Like,
talked about it?
How bananas this is.
Just how weird
we
it
talked
is.
about
Constantly.
Yeah, all,
Today,
all the
It's
time.
all we talk about. We
It's
have
like, what is happening?
we have a text thread between us when we just text each other all the time, like, oh my God, did you see this? Someone
Yeah.
dressed up like whatever, the fucking sun tree or whatever. Or no, on the car ride over today, someone made a flat
Paper.
Stanley version of me. Like
Yeah, I think we're going to
just
see
a
that in the
picture-
audience sometime tonight.
A
I
picture
think
of me that
It's
like,
magical.
she put in bed with her.
it's a guy. It was a
Oh, it was a
guy.
guy?
It was a guy. It was a guy that did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like I'm in bed next to him.
But like not, and
But
not
like your head is really big, so it's like oversized.
really
It's
weird.
I
really
hope
cool.
if he brings it tonight, I'm going to let him have my seat. And then we'll point a camera at him. We'll cut to him instead of the audience.
Yeah, but that stuff is still astounding to us.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
just the-
22 months into this, and it has never stopped being weird. Every
No.
day, it's great. It's crazy.
Yeah, and don't think it goes unnoticed, even
No.
if we're
Yeah.
too busy, like for all of us to like respond back. A lot of times, like you said, we have the text thread. We see every crit roll tattoo and every cosplay, and it's crazy.
Read every
in the-
email, every message.
Every email, we try.
Every breath you take.
We know all of your social
Every word you
security
make.
numbers.
Now we do.
Yeah.
In the
Thank you
Uber
for getting a
from the
ticket.
airport, Taliesin yesterday was like, I can't believe people paid money to come see us play D&D. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we're over there now. I'm going to start going this way. So how about you, sir, with the glasses? Yeah. What's your name? And then I'll do you next right in front. I'm not going to do you, but I'll give it, do the mic to you next after this.
Damn it, I
Yeah,
missed
I don't
it.
know. You already spent way too much money. Go ahead.
My name is Brian, and my question is for Matt and Liam, if I can get away with it.
We'll see how good your question is.
A lot of DMs sit somewhere between fantasy realism and fantastical heroic story. Where do you think you sit in the middle of that, and why do you think you sit there?
Well, for me, I feel like to make a story impactful, it has to be grounded somewhat in realism, in both the emotional journey for the characters and their relationships to themselves, each other, and the world around them. So there has to be a semblance of realism that grounds them in that case. If you get too fantastical and too heroic, it becomes cartoony and hard to take as serious. But you also need heroic and cartoony moments, because those are also the moments that D&D is built on. Those are the stories that we remember, grandiose successes and grandiose failures. Those are the things that you and your game group talk about 15, 20, 30 years down the line. So it's just a delicate balance between the two. You pick and choose which elements you want to skew towards, and as a dungeon master, it's your job to kind of feel out the story, feel the mood of the room and the other players, see which direction they want to go, which direction you want them to go, and find that little middle ground. So that's my intent. It works sometimes, maybe not others, but I try.
I think, not speaking as a DM, just as a player in your game, what I love about our game is that it runs the gamut, so that we have moments where two people are arguing over a pair of fucking shoes. And moments where a city that we've lived in and walked in for years together is crumbling around us. So it has these small, intimate moments that mean so much to us, and also these epic, in our imaginations, where the graphics are way better than PS4. These huge, sweeping acts of destruction and awe and beauty, like the cherry blossom tree for Keyleth's, and stuff like that. It's all this stuff is etched inside our skulls.
Oh, wow.
So both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question too. Thank you so much.
Did you get it?
Right in front of you there.
There's another one.
Same one.
Yeah. Why is there always a gnat? Why is that a thing? That's
all I can see. All we need is for it to get near Travis.
Hold still. I'm going to throw one of my D20s.
No.
Oh, cool.
Glow sticks. We should have passed out glow sticks. Yes, ma'am.
Instead, it's going to be, do you know CPR, Gil?
Yeah. They didn't sign waivers.
Go ahead. What's your name?
Hello, hi, I'm Natasha.
Hi.
Hi, Natasha.
And quickly, first thing, I want to say thank you for displaying characters with anxiety issues and depression issues, as well as hearing things in some of your own lives that...
He's talking about us.
that have gone through those issues, because I've dealt with anxiety and PTSD and depression since second, third grade, and it's just been so empowering and amazing to see that live and from you wonderful, amazing people, and it's just really affected me. So besides all that, before I start crying, my question is for Matt specifically with the Tal'Dorei campaign guide, and I know you worked with James on that, and I was wondering what it was like to have this world that has mostly been inside your entire head, and to collaborate and work with somebody who I recently found out created the Melora and Arathis relationship. Oh, sorry, not supposed to be D&D specific, Wizard Coast related, I'm sorry, but
it's okay.
Which was one of my favorite things in the book.
Look, I'm a lawyer!
So I was just wondering what that kind of collaboration was like in a world you created so much of your own.
Oh, good question. It was a very frightening process. I'd never written anything like this before. When I began this campaign, there was never an intent for it to be a campaign guide. It was supposed to be a generic fantasy world that I created for a bunch of people who never played D&D, and then as we played, the longer it was, the more it kind of got its own life, and the more energy I put into it, the more energy they put into it, and it became this world. And so... And so for me, it was a really daunting challenge to be able to take all these sporadic notes and ideals in my head and put it down on paper for other people to be able to consume and play in. And I was excited at the prospect, but also really scared that I would fail miserably at it. And thankfully, James, or Joey, as I've known him from the beginning, was not only a fan of the show, but a terrific writer. And when I realized that this was too big of an endeavor for me to write by myself, I was trying to figure out who could possibly help me with this. And Joey not just knew the world and the lore, but had a great way of writing and could read examples of my writing and then find a way to tailor his voice into mine as well. So it was kind of a seamless transition. And to me, it was a combination of both being a good person and having exactly the talent I needed to take some of the weight off me and then create his own ideas and stuff and fit it in there. So the experience working with him has been brilliant, and I'm going to cling on to him as a creative partner and stuff like that for as long as I can, because he was a huge boon to the project, and I was very honored that he came on and to help out when he did. But yeah, overall, very, very frightening process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Laura, repeat back to me one thing that Mac just said.
No, but I can repeat back to you that Travis whispered, "You're not paying attention to Matt's answer." And everybody else is, at which point
That's why
I looked
Travis
over,
is
but then he
my-
wrapped it up, and then I still...
Girl, you got dice to roll. It's okay.
I just figured it would be good to do it before, I love you.
Oh, your fans here, Laura. Okay, thank you so much. That was really great. Let's go down there in front of you. Yeah, right there. Yeah, what's your name?
Hi.
Sorry.
I love your
shirt. Nice shirt.
My name's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
My question is for Liam.
My favorite rogue. I just started playing D&D this year, the first time ever, thanks to this guy. And I'm playing a rogue, so your tip for being a rogue.
It's best class.
Okay.
That's not worth the money.
But if like one feat or one thing that made your rogue just that extra amazing. I guess more specifically, if you could pick a feat that really helped you be a rogue.
Ooh, luck.
Yeah, luck.
Apparently,
Welcome to the audience answers the questions because it's like.
I mean, all of it was unintentional, but I feel like fate and luck unintentionally became the theme of my character, and all these little random pieces that I just pulled out of my ass or that got thrown at me from this guy added up to who Vax is now. So like luck, I guess, in game and out of game.
Thank you.
I'd probably put a little side emphasis on sharpshooter too, as a dagger throwing rogue, be able to keep it
Yeah,
range
to go
at times.
further,
is
and the
pretty
blink
great.
back belt, and the boots, and paladin.
Oh yeah, like nothing you have named
Yeah.
is exclusive to the rogue class. Like
What's that?
nothing you have named is
I
exclusive
know.
to the rogue class, except for his.
But even that's not exclusive. That's
So just be Vax.
So.
Just be Vax is what he's saying. Go ahead. Right, yeah, with the glasses.
I mean, when we
there.
started
beardy,
this game,
beardy glasses man right
we
there.
did
And
go
the
with archetypes. It was like Ranger, Rogue, but I think we quickly all were just like, no, Percy, Grog. The classes are just like a skeleton to start on, and then I would say just worry about who your character is once you've started.
The rogue is one of those classes where its skill sets and abilities can go in so many directions the way you play it, and it largely relies on the abilities of its allies and friends to be, to find out what your strengths are as a class. So play for a bit and be open to the idea of finding a specific niche that you're really good at, because that's what rogues are really good at being, is being really good at a handful of things that nobody else is. And you're like, oh, a rogue opens locks, that's cool, I can kick the door down. And then cut to 6 sessions later, everyone's like, where's our rogue? I don't know what to do.
Oh, that's great. Okay, Mr. Beardy Man. I don't know why I can fucking call you that.
Hello.
I should.
My name is Jacob, and my question is for Laura and anybody else who wants to take it. If you had one roll that you could re-roll, whether you failed or succeeded, if you could re-roll it and get the other option, what roll would it be?
Great question.
Oh, I've had some epic fails. I think there was one, wasn't it? And it was like I failed the roll, and then Mary got the kill or something. Was that what? And I was like,
I remember that.
There's been times before we even started playing on the stream where it was one of the first episodes, and you had been like, Vex is basically like Legolas. Think about it like that. Like anything that he can do, like think about it in those terms. And I was like, awesome. So the next game, I was like, we were fighting a troll, and I was like, I'm gonna slide under his legs and shoot up at his crotch as I'm like sliding under his legs, and rolled a 1, and the troll like just stepped on my stomach as I was rolling. And I was like, and that was my first realization that no, I'm not Legolas.
D&D.
Nerd.
I think
Anybody
mine,
else have a memorable
mine
one?
would be the skull spike. That I
Oh.
wanted that one bad.
I feel the same way about roles that I feel about like shitty time in high school, which is that I find that success and failure helps define you as a person.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to change any of it. Every terrible punch to the face I've taken.
Well, like, consider the possibility of if Vex had survived the encounter in the sunken tomb.
Yeah.
Getting the Deathwalker's
Oh, that was
Ward.
1. But that everything would have been completely
Different
so
game.
much would have been different from the one
Different
roll.
game.
He probably wouldn't have become
No.
Paladin of the Raven Queen. Like, so much would have changed in one roll.
You are watching her mind get blown right now.
But that has less.
Oh, this is recorded, so somebody can GIF that. Yes! Everyone, turn around and say, "We love you, Ryan Green." On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We love you, Ryan Green. And he's dressed so motherfucking dapper too. Matt, a role that you, as a DM as a DM for this campaign, is there one that comes to mind?
I'm hard to think about changing fakes. I love how it goes back and forth. There was still a lot of fight in Raishan before that people mine landed. So if that save had gone a lot higher, that would have been a much bloodier body count by the end of that fray.
That was the saltiest I've ever seen you.
Thanks, Keyleth. Hey, we have thanks Keyleth buttons too.
Thanks, Keyleth.
Okay, so right next to you in the hat, is that a Wayne's World hat? What does it say?
Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate.
Not even close.
It's all right, Brian.
Wow. I'm going to go see my optometrist while you ask this question.
No problem.
Mind you, Midnight Syndicate's awesome. They do a lot of awesome RPG background soundtracks that we use a lot on their actual show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're friends.
Ed
of the
is over
show.
there. Really good guy. Ed at the Midnight Syndicate booth.
Oh, dude, shout out to Midnight
Hell yeah.
Syndicate.
Shout out.
They're amazing.
Travis, do you want a beer?
That's a really dumb question. Come over here.
Why does everybody?
But ask a question. and pass
Now
the
we're
money
taking
back.
gifts.
Now
Now we're taking gifts.
What a dick!
Everyone brings Travis beer.
Oh my goodness! Wow, we have so much
I got
time
you a
to
beer
go
last
through
year at
that
the live show, so 2 for 2. This one is
Hey,
this
man.
is for Matt if he wants it too.
Oh,
What is that?
Is that the Dallas
You
RPG game?
mentioned this once, Matt, that you wanted the Dallas RPG
game.
and I wanted- so I'll
Okay,
get
pass
to you at
that
some
down
point.
too.
I don't know if anybody got it for you, but I thought I'd bring it.
Dude, you're really great. Is that? Do you have a question?
I try. Well, I do.
No,
have
I'm not saying that as an asshole. I just mean I don't want you to pass it if you have a question.
I do products for accessibility for the blind and low vision community to play D&D. Hey Sam. Sam was good enough to tweet out for me last year, and I appreciate that.
Awesome.
And I was wondering if you ever had the opportunity.
Oh, this is going to have to happen at some point.
I've had that for over a year, and I wanted to get it to you. If you ever had an opportunity to run a game or have someone low vision or blind play and run a game for them at all, or had any connection with that community. Watching the show, I realized that so much happens it's just your imagination, it's just in your head, and auditory is so important in it that you can just create all kinds of worlds.
No, I mean, part of what's so great about role-playing games in general, storytelling in general, is that it doesn't rely on a fully sensory experience. And so much of it you create for yourself. So I love the fact, I love one that there's now people in communities out there that are making these games accessible to communities that previously maybe didn't have the opportunity. And our show, it's been really amazing to talk to a lot of people who have visual disabilities and have the opportunity that this is essentially their novels now. All these great RPG shows and people just creating this narrative. It's really inspiring. And then since that, it's brought in this whole community of disabled writers and people that are advocates for the geek community on that scope too. So for me, it's really kind of introduced this whole new element of the community that we've been able to get involved with, and like our what are they called again? Sorry, critical. Are people who do the transcriptions?
Critical Role transcript.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, right, there we go. Thank you.
That's
right here.
Guys.
That's awesome.
Nobody heard anything you screamed. Tell it to me. Nobody heard anything of that. Tell it to me. CR transcript. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, you guys. So, for those of you at home or they couldn't hear that, she said that over $50,000 worth of volunteered of transcribing time has happened. You're over 50%, over 60% through the whole the whole backlog.
You guys are amazing.
60%
I have a
of the
mic if you'd
episodes
like
have
it.
captions.
Is
So
that
you guys can, yes.
That's crazy.
Isn't that awesome? You guys can sign up. You can sign up to volunteer. It takes 5 minutes, you said?
At CR Transcript.
And it's really cool that you guys do that.
Yeah, a huge round of applause for all the fantastic work you guys have done.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give you some pins. It's too late for that, but you can ask a question if you have one since you're holding it.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Back from LA. My question is, I just started DMing probably about 2 months ago, and I got my wife hooked into it. I was so proud of it.
Heck yeah.
My question is, we got into a section where I have a chance to create a recurring DM. And looking back at your Victor scene, like how do you get back into like creating a whole backstory for for an NPC that you never thought it was going to be recurring?
Oh, you meant a recurring NPC. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah.
Take notes as it happens. I mean, some of the best NPCs, you end up being the ones you're pulling out of your ass, metaphorically. But I guess to each their own. But as soon as you say something or make a statement that's strong and defines the character and where they are and who their connections are, be like, yes, well, I am the master of Castle Velmholm. Castle Velmholm. Master of... Yes, well, I actually have a horrible allergy to doppelgangers. Allergy to doppelgangers. Now, write down things as you come up with them because you'll forget them and the players will remember, and if they call you on it, that's a really embarrassing moment as a dungeon master.
They already did.
So and so once that encounter's done and you have those notes between sessions, write that shit down and take some time to flesh it out if you think it's going to be a recurring NPC. Minor notes if you don't think so, just in case they come up again, but if they start going like, hey, let's go back to Gilmore's shop, then you're like, well, I gotta flesh out Gilmore now, you know? So yeah, just bullshit the best you can, take notes of what you're bullshitting, and then in between sessions, try and flesh out as much as you're comfortable so that if it comes up again, you don't feel like you're caught off guard entirely or being inconsistent. It's much easier when you have a home game and you don't have the internet reminding you of all the things you forgot every week. But still, it helps to be effective. Love you, dude.
Thank you.
Let's go to Party Gilmore's
nice
Sex
map back, by the
Disco.
way.
Sinecure, was it? It was made up like on the spot?
Sinecure was made up on the spot.
That
a lot
is
of them.
insane because I thought with the voice, I thought it was so fleshed out because the voice was so
Did you say
creepy.
Santee of the Sea Shanty was made up?
That was made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole sequence.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Matt, do you ever go back and watch clips to remind yourself what somebody sounded like? Do you
Yeah,
ever
I have
use
to.
YouTube?
Yeah, like I'll make notes of it in the moment, and if it's not enough, I'll go back and listen to it and be like, okay, I was kind of close to that. But once again, like you try and get ballpark because you can't get perfect every time, especially when you have a lot of voices in your head.
Yes. Okay.
I would say I
well-
recommend if you have an NPC voice that you do and you want to remember it, make a little recording on your phone. If you have, there's a lot of phone apps so you can record audio. And that's a good place to go ahead and just say a few lines in the voice of the NPC when the game's over, so later on you can go back and refer to it if they come back.
And if anyone ever discovers that file, they will think you're insane.
Yes. Wow, that's a great point.
Could you imagine a crit roll leaks, like the way the HBO leaks are happening?
That would require like a lot of pre-planning.
Yeah.
All the writers.
Yeah, if it wasn't like every night before every game at home going like at 2 a.m. going, okay, and then this will happen, and then they'll go to this place maybe, and maybe these people here, I should sleep. I don't have time. Yeah, there's nothing to leak.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay,
And
go
then
ahead.
Thursday night, we're like, let's go on a pub crawl. And
Yeah.
like, just watch you go.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Stephen. It's a question for Matt mainly.
Where are you from, Stephen?
I'm from England.
Did you come from England for the show?
No, I live in Madison, in Wisconsin. But
Whatever, dog.
I traveled. I second time down here visiting for the show, so it's
Awesome.
when in Rome.
Yes. Thanks for coming, dude. I'm just
Thank
messing
you.
with you.
Thank you for putting it on. So the question's for Matt. I'm sure all the DMs in the room can attest to this, but in your games, is there a point where you wish that something had happened that didn't happen? For example, my party were in a big boss fight, and the cleric used divine intervention and ruined the encounter.
Ruined from your perspective.
Yes,
but,
no, I
they
mean,
have the story.
it was going to be a great encounter.
But no, I totally feel you. I mean, I had a lot of Thar Imphala planned out for the eventual encounter with Vecna. That was supposed to be, I was hoping maybe like a 2-day endeavor of like making their way through, and then things are happening around them, and they eventually get, and no, they kind of went, hey, let's have clever use of these spells and just bypass all that. And I had like 3 maps that I had constructed of different parts of the city and like all these different creatures that I had created. And I was just like, all right, well, that goes back in the car.
That was like some Ocean's 11 shit on our end. That was
Yeah.
like the coolest we've ever been.
Without even
I just
knowing
want
it.
to say, we've never been that more awesome.
I'm a firm believer of not punishing your players for being clever, even if it means you have to throw away some of the stuff you prepared. And besides, it always means you could use it later.
Definitely, and I'll also raise the Garistro, bringing that in the fight against the
White Dragon.
the White Dragon. That was amazing use of it. So thank you.
Awesome, no worries, thank you.
All right, let's go this way. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you.
Got to put down my beer, sorry.
Word. Hold my beer while I ask this kick-ass question.
So,
I'm Frank.
Hi.
I started playing D&D as a bard because of you, Scanlan.
Awesome.
So my question is for you.
Best
What
class.
is the inspiration you are most proud of?
What is the inspiration I'm most proud of?
Oh, geez. Do you remember it?
It's pretty good. The Redskin, well, I mean, the Washington football team fight song.
Yes, the Washington football team.
That was pretty good. I don't know.
There's so many good ones.
I just, in recent memory, it wasn't inspiration, but just that crazy thing that Matt
Pit
made
Fiend
me-
Baby, one more time. That was
good.
like the best one.
Good.
That's pretty
That was
solid.
good. No, but just that the whole library sequence was
So amazing.
Was so fun for me. Thank you, Matt, for setting me up to just be
rapid
silly
fire.
for 20 minutes.
That was fun.
But all that stuff was really fun to do, even though most of it was terrible. But
No, just like, keep singing, keep singing.
keep singing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm used to doing it like once and then having a second to think.
And
or-
another. And another.
Yeah.
Not when the spotlight's on you, not when it's before the goddess of knowledge.
Oh, Jesus.
Dance for me, boy.
I feel so cheap.
Nobody else could have pulled that off.
No.
Yeah, no, that Washington football team fight song though was pretty fun. Just because he didn't know what it was. That was fun.
I threw that dice away.
When you play? Do you sing? Do you do music? What do you do?
I do, mostly because of you. I don't know how you do it. How do you come up with it on the spot? I actually, while we're playing, I have to write down my inspiration
Earwig. He has
ideas.
an earwig.
I feed it to him from the side of the stage. I don't know if you heard me sing at the
So how do
piano,
you
but-
do it is really the question then.
Well, I listen to a lot of Britney. I listen to a lot of Michelle Branch. I listen to a lot of, the Simpson sisters were a big part of my life. NSYNC. I think it was at WonderCon. I said, Sam, why don't you give us a little Britney? And then he sang Backstreet Boys.
I know. I got
You guys remember that from that panel? Yeah.
Everybody. That's Britney.
No, it's Backstreet.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey,
And for
let's
the
go
record,
let's
do
go to
wanna
her
point
right
out-
there.
Oh,
Go ahead, Matt.
I want to point out fast because people have something like, oh man, how can I play a bard after Sam played a bard? And it's like, not all bards have to sing. It can be inspiring speeches. It can be musical instruments. It could be just, a general, rousing, humming tune.
I played a heavy metal bard that just screamed at people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was
There's so many,
great.
there's so many creative
For the
ways.
longest time in our home game, I had this app and I would just, it made little melodies and I would just be like, diddle-diddle-diddle-doo, and that was it.
Yeah.
It just
the
evolved
singing
for
thing
you,
only
yeah.
kind of evolved over
Yeah.
time.
Now it's
Yeah.
like one of the best parts of the show.
It is.
It is intimidating, though. It is intimidating.
It's intimidating,
You're so good at it.
but honestly, even just stepping up to the challenge of doing that, your group will love you, even if you fail miserably because that shit's funny. But if you're but there are other types of way to play a bard that are as equally fun, just different
There's
flavor.
limericks and all kinds of fun.
Oh yeah, those turned out great.
Haikus.
Still kicking myself.
Go ahead. Yeah. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Amy. Back to the earlier question. Here's a girl who started her own group. Long live the Pink Guard.
Pink Guard.
This question's for Travis. If Grog had to choose one item, which would it be? The deck of many things or the alchemy jug?
Deck of many things.
What?
Yeah.
Not even a question.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not going to choose
Knife has never been the same
it's
since
a
that
piece
came into
of
the
pottery.
picture.
That jug has saved your life.
Grog,
doesn't matter.
Grog does not give a shit. It came from Pottery Barn. It can break the deck of many things, produces weapons and wishes. Holy shit, that's not
my
even a choice,
goodness.
but I like that question.
Okay, so we're gonna go back a little bit with the glasses right there. Yeah. Stand up.
Can't
Can you
go
pass
back.
that back to him? Hey, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Sorry, this is kind of awesome for me just because I would not have been here if it wasn't for this guy. He's my DM.
Hey, what's up, DM? What's your name?
He's not going to say anything, but he was also the guy that brought you Twinkies last year. And he also brought Myth and Legends beer. I don't know if you guys are drinking that right now, but that's him.
Oh, you brought us the beer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and the wine?
And Grog,
This
you're
is that
awesome.
wine that
You're
you
actually
got
the main
us.
reason that...
It's very nice.
This was
Cranberry
that
juice,
wine.
Marisha.
I mean,
Cranberry juice.
was it
cranberry
good?
juice.
Is what he's asking.
Oh, he wants to know if it was good?
Well, that's his... Well, yeah, sure.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone.
Well,
Yeah.
the wine was good.
Yeah, it was great.
It was good, yeah.
That's amazing.
I didn't have an aerator, so I had to take. Laura can attest to this. I took 2
Yeah.
cups and I went.
He
back
did,
and
he did
forth
that.
and back and
Yeah.
Can I
Yes.
tell them? Can I tell them about your Christmas present to us?
They know.
They have.
I got them all aerators for Christmas. Right?
Them?
No, you.
No, can I tell them about your Christmas present
Sure,
to us?
go ahead.
They know.
Oh,
They know.
how do they know?
We've told them before.
What?
We told them.
Whatever.
Look, these are our friends, Foster.
It was the way that
we
he
tell
did
them
it.
things.
It was the way that he did it.
Go ahead, tell them.
That's what I wanted to know. I meant because it was kind of a funny moment between us. So the way he did it, though, is we exchanged all the gifts, and at the end of it, Sam has this box, and he walks to the middle of the living room, and he goes,
And he
And
didn't.
he walks,
put it-
there's a bunch of air.
He emptied it out, right? And dumped
Yeah,
he dumped it all over the floor.
Threw them all on the ground and then walked away.
Like, take your fucking
And he
aerators.
said, and I walk away.
No, I think I got a bruise from one hitting me.
Yeah, it was
No.
hilarious. We got to make our way over to the glow sticks, but go ahead, get to the question first. Get to the
He has a
question.
question too? Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
Thanks for the wine, though. We appreciate it.
So my question is, and I got this from a couple of my friends, and I guess it's kind of towards Matt. Would you ever be willing to have an episode where you showed the reasoning for how each of the characters like chose to upgrade their personal characters in terms of, like when they're leveling? Because I know as a player myself, trying to level up, it's hard to determine do I choose what's best for the character in terms of the actual character, or do I do it in terms of power gaming? Trying to get the best stats.
That's interesting.
Right.
I feel like that'd be a cool discussion to have at the end of the campaign, kind of walk through some of the choices you guys made and why you did them. And I think it's a combination of the two. Like, you're still playing a game and you want to be useful, but at the same time, your character or their story can go in so many different ways, and you want to stay true to their design and development. Like,
Yeah, some people I think are min-maxers and other people are like more story. I know I will, in a second, pick something that is infinitely worse for Grog if it'll just make the story better or make him dumber.
Yeah.
Like that, I like playing that way. I feel like it just makes it more interesting for me. But people are different player to player.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like, I remember sitting on my couch at home choosing the Magnificent Mansion. And I even looked up, like, what are the best spells at this level or whatever, and that was not on the list. It's like really low. And I was like, but it sounds so cool. And it's the best spell. It's my best spell. Because it's led to so many great conversations on the show.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
don't go with the most powerful thing. Go with
They
the
said
coolest
something
thing.
similar about my B-shaped spells, and I was like, what do people say is like the best B-shaped spell? And the white tiger was at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
But it's Minxie, and I love
Minxie.
Minxie, and Minxie's
I
done
mean,
some badass things.
If it comes down to it, like when we switched over from Pathfinder, I looked at the Ranger, and having a pet is not as cool as the other stuff. And it was like, but trinket. And what am I gonna do? Like this whole rest of the
Get rid
time,
of the
like
trinket.
not keep
Get rid of trinket. Just get rid of it. Don't need it.
Oh my God.
I think we're all on. I mean, like, I don't take luck. There's a reason I don't pull luck ever. Like, I've not taken luck as a trait when it's been offered because
It's too good.
It's
also Liam's thing.
It's not. It's not only that, but it defies the whole notion of what it is to use this kind of weapon, which is that sometimes everything just goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
And
it
yet I
makes
still
sense.
eat shit on a regular basis.
It's true.
Yeah.
But it made sense for you because you're fate touched.
Yeah. Whereas I don't want to undo my weaknesses just because the option's available.
yeah. Well, it was his choosing of the fate that began to push me in the direction of the Fate Touch storyline. So I was like, well, this will actually work in with your character choice you made in that regard, and kind of will play into the story element. So once again, it's Dungeon Master paying attention to the choices the players make and adjusting the story to kind of pull those into elements as to where their character growth is going to go. The way you play your game is how you play your game. You can totally power game it and be awesome. You can go completely loopy and pick all the worst choices, but it's fun. You can find a way in the middle, but the idea is you play the game the way it's most fun for you, and make sure that you play it in a way that all the other players can have fun with it too.
I think that's true for for Vax too. Like the rogue class is mostly about hiding and striking and hiding. That's not how I play Vax. I mean, I quickly figured out that I like throwing myself like a moron at things. So over the 2 years, I've picked things that have kind of facilitated that and sort of made that possible.
Well, even when you brought up, like, you talked to me about, I'm thinking based on, like, interactions with the Pike, like, maybe going over into Paladin, and I was like, that's an interesting choice. At the time, it was like, Paladin Rogue, that seems really weird. and I kind of like that it's really weird. And then as you began to level up, we're like, oh, there is some absurd synergy in this class, multi-class combo. So it was kind of cool. Because, yeah, then you find some min-maxing accidentally.
I've never had another set of that. Sorry, we're having a little side
Sam
conversation over here.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Monica. You should have a box in the back with pike blondies and Danishes and dragons.
That's delicious.
There's a
So
whole
cute.
box. I made blondies with the pike's hair and ray symbols. Also, I have recipe books
Wait,
that I
you made recipes for the
She has
Slayer's
a
cake?
recipe book for the
every
Slayer's cake.
character.
Shut your mouth.
It's
That's amazing.
what?
Wow.
What?
Get that.
Yeah,
It's,
you can pass it down and we'll take it. Yeah,
So
you can
there's 6 of them, one for each household, and Ashley gets one too.
I'll make sure she's
It's got all the NPCs. It's got dungeons and Danishes for Matt.
Oh my
It also has Alora, Kima, Gilmore, the Sun Tree, and all of them are. Yeah. So the trees. I had to put
Damn
some
right.
treats in there. They literally said it. So just thanks for making a bakery because it's the one art I can actually do.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. Okay, let's go behind her there. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
Oh my God.
I'm Megan, We Shadows, and my question's mostly for Matt. So much of role-playing and DMing is improv-based. So what do you do when you improv something in the moment that you then look back and realize contradicts something that you had planned or were going to establish within the world, especially now that you were working on the campaign guide and you had to have everything sort of ironed out in advance?
Yeah, you guys have an advantage because anything that you accidentally flub or want to change later, your players probably won't remember if it's been a while. I have a wiki that you keep track of.
Thank you, by the way.
For perfect example, when I first created Vasselheim in the Trial Forge, I was like, the monks are the Dawn Fists and the Dawn Marshal Grun, the Earthbearer, his title is Dawn Marshal. It sounds awesome. And then when we found out that we couldn't use the actual names of the Dawn War Pantheon in the campaign guide, I had to make all the other names. Then all of a sudden, Pelor became the Dawn Father, and I was like, they're followers of Kord, but they're called Dawn Fists. Can I change it to Storm Fists? Maybe. Did I ever say it in the game? Maybe it was just in my notes, and I go to the wiki, and I'm like, nope, I said Dawn Fists and Dawn Marshal, so that is now canon, I can't change it. But you don't have to worry about that per se. But I will say, you will make mistakes as a DM, especially as you're improvising. It's part of the nature of the game. I make mistakes all the time. I know because I'm very conscious of them, and if I'm not, Twitter's very conscious of them. But that's kind of what the fun time between sessions is. You get to look back at those mistakes you make and think, how can I fix that? What spells are there? What NPCs do I have in my world that could be responsible for this change in the dynamic or the story? And sometimes you just make a mistake and move on and hope no one remembers.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like I said before, DMing is bullshitting with confidence. You don't have to be confident at home when nobody's there.
All right. So who's got it now? Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi, I'm Simone.
Hey, Simone.
First, I just wanted to say thank you because Critical Role has brought so much happiness to my life, as this community and D&D in general. So thank you. Secondly, I met critters last night who randomly asked me to join in their game set in Taldore. So I ended up playing a level 20, 127-year-old Vex.
Whoa.
And it was awesome. It was amazing. And the woman, Christina, made these feathers, and she asked me to give them to you, Laura. So if I can somehow
pass it down and I'll grab it. Yeah. 127-year-old Vex?
Yes.
Imagine
Well,
how rich she's going to be by that age. So rich.
So rich.
Okay, so
Roll
go ahead.
The First National Bank of the Grey Hunt is open by then.
And just a quick question: if whoever wants to answer, if your character died and came back through the reincarnation spell, I think it is. What would be most interesting story-wise for your character to come back as? Like personally, I thought it would be interesting if Vax came back as an elf.
Oh, through the reincarnation spell?
Yes, if your character died via the reincarnation spell, what do you think would be the most interesting? What thing you'd reincarnate as? Different races?
I thought it was interesting if Vax came back as an elf.
Yeah.
That would
She said a bear.
Angel baby!
Nice, Amar?
Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably a half-orc. I just see half-orc Keyleth, and it makes sense in my head. I don't know. It just works.
Okay, we got to wrap it up in a sec because they have to go get an ungodly amount of makeup put on their bodies. Let's go to the guy with the top hat back there. I don't know. Are you cosplaying as a Quaker? I'm trying to see. Well, wait a second. Yeah, hand it to him because.
Well, do you want me to do it? Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, go ahead.
This is from him for Laura, and he just wanted to make sure she got it, so I'm going to make it part of my question.
Okay. Yeah, pass it down and then.
Is that
the sexy sax?
It's a dice
car
jail.
Yes.
Love your fashion sense, by the way.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And my question is actually for Matt because everyone's been asking me all day yesterday, and they're bugging me about it tomorrow. But the fandom is going to die if we do not get a picture together. So how do you want to do this?
Bullshitting with confidence.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
One more.
Ooh, this is fancy.
Let's go behind there with the hat. Yeah, there you go. I'm into hats.
All
apparently.
right, this is really quick, but I have to ask. Laura, we all know your Vex is really greedy in the game and tries to drive a hard bargain. Are you Dragon-esque in real life, and do salesmen run away when they see you, or at least groan?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm really great at regular stores. But if you like
Travis, would you like a rebuttal?
I'm not like really. I'm not gonna like try to talk down a price at a normal store. But if you take me to a flea market,
Yeah, you literally did do a
Oh, yeah.
I have my
Signal
methods.
boost.
And I am really sad if people that I'm with do not try to get good deals.
Yes.
Look, we just respect the time and effort they've put into being out there in the hot sun, and I want to make sure they're paid for
Matthew
their... What?
Mercer.
There was a day at the Rose Bowl.
You got to be smart with your money,
also
people.
hungover.
You got to
We
be
were a little
smart.
hungover.
You guys are privileged to the side eye in person. It is a death stare. It is a death stare. Okay, we have to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much. Are you guys excited? Okay.